actually are part of the people that make this training possible. They are one of our partners. I think I've mentioned their name in course of this training. It's a young real estate brand that just started less than 2 years ago. And by God's grace, God has helped us to work with them, strategize, and today I can be very proud to say they are doing 10 figures turnover already within the short time the brand has started. So I really want to also use the opportunity, and I also know most of you are here as well. The brand has a lot of vision. The brand has a lot of goals. For those of you who are working with the brand, I would say you are privileged to work with the brand, okay? And in person of the CEO, Mr. Emmanuel, is someone I hold dearly because he's someone that I meet different clients. I meet different people up there, middle class and so on. And I meet people who pay me millions of naira to do consultations for them. And now there are some people take pride to say, do you know who our consultant is? That is just what they do. Not because they want to implement what you are going to tell them at the end of the consultation. They just take pride. I pay so person and he did consultation for me. That's all they're after. But so far, Danga Home has been a brand that has the desire and the drive to grow. And so I'm not surprised with the level of growth that they are currently having or experiencing. It is nothing just happened, okay? Everything happened with dedication, resilience, and the CEO of the brand is one person that I know has that resilience and the desire to grow. The hunger, not just desire, the hunger to grow. Because there is a saying that if you must achieve great heights, you must be hungry. One of my then famous public speaker and motivational speaker would always say, you need to be hungry. My all-time inspiration, talking about Steve Jobs, will say, stay hungry, stay foolish. There are some dreams you cannot achieve if you are not hungry. So, now having said that, let me also use the opportunity to address everyone that is in this meeting. The reason why you are going to achieve your goal or you are not going to achieve your goal, it is not just because you have learned. It is the hunger in you. It is not that when you look at, I say achieve 1 billion in sales. If you focus on only that 1 billion, you won't achieve it. But if you focus on how your life will look like if you achieve that 1 billion in sales, that is going to be your driving force. What would, I think Tariq asked one of the first day, what would your life look like? What would change in your life? That is what goal setting. I know some of you talked about, part of the things we're supposed to do is goal setting, but goal setting on its own is not effective. If you have business goal and you don't have life goals, it will not work. So what is driving you? What are you running towards or what are you running from? Some persons are running towards something, others are running away from something. Whichever one it is, make sure you are running. Okay? Whichever one it is, just make sure you are running. It doesn't matter whether you are running away from something or you are running towards something. Just be running. Always run. For some, you are running away from poverty. For some others, they are running towards greatness, success, wealth, the desire to achieve greatness. Some will say, I know one of my mentors always say, in my family, no one has attained a certain height. I want to break that record. So because of that, they are running towards something. So our goal is to break that barrier. I know a guy who say that he can't be sure and he doesn't think that anybody has ever achieved that million, say 1 million, that nobody in his family has ever achieved. And 1 million naira. So his desire is to work hard and break that barrier. So for some of you, your desire might be to change your family's history. Your desire might be to make impact in the life of people. Some people say, that's why you must have a why. Something must be driving you. You must have a why. Why do you do what you do? Why do you want to achieve 1 billion naira in sales in 2025? Why? Why are you even here? Why? Because the truth is, this training is how, not why. So you must have a why, and the training will help you to give you the how. That is what it will do for you. So I ask again, what is your why in 2025? Because if you don't have a why, you will attend training, set goals. At the end of 2025, there might be no much difference. I always tell my team, I know where I'm coming from. I don't forget that. I know where I'm coming from. So, I create every possible opportunity to inspire people, to educate. There is a saying that there's something I always say, know something about everything, then know everything about something. If you wake me up about my field, even in the middle of the night, I will attend to you to the best anybody can ever give you. But that doesn't mean that if you mention things that are out of my space, I won't be able to have a conversation. I might not know everything about those things, but at least I will know something about those things. And one more thing. I always say, I am always hungry. But at the same time, I'm always scared of hunger. I am always hungry, but always scared of hunger. Because there are different types of hunger. Because I don't want to be, maybe while growing up, I was always hungry in my stomach. So I noticed that for me to be able to not to be hungry in my stomach, I need to be hungry in my head. So I read everything readable, study everything that I can study, learn everything that I can learn, because I don't want to ever be hungry in my stomach. The one I was hungry while growing up is enough. No more hunger again. So you must have something that is driving you. No more hunger. Me that you see, I'm an electrician. I'm a plumber. I'm an iron bender. Yeah, because I felt I need to learn as many skills as possible so that any opportunity that is available, I can get it. So I was learning everything possible, even in the tech field. People who knew me at the beginning, they knew me as a computer engineer because I was repairing computers. Then I started graphic design. Then I started software development. Then I studied data analysis, design thinking, and so on and so forth. Digital marketing. Why? Because I was scared of being hungry in my stomach. If you're not going to take anything from today's section or all that you have learned so far, at least take this one, that you need to be hungry. Be hungry every day. Every day, wake up with the plan of achieving something. You might be looking like you are not getting anywhere, but the truth is, just one experience. In the business space, I would say my first million came in the business space almost after 8 years. Now, the guy who gave me that opportunity is someone I built website for many, and even refused to pay me my complete balance. And one day I was just seated. He called, "Chris, can you produce ID card?" And I said, "Yes." "Are you sure? Can you?" And I mean in bulk. I said, "Yes." Then he said, "Okay, we need to travel to Ondo State." "What are we doing in Ondo State?" He said, "We need to produce ID card for all the students of Akumba." "And how much per ID card?" Me, I was even still a bit naive then. He said, "You need to produce ID card. How much do you want to charge?" I looked at it. Since it's bulk, I told him, since it's bulk, I'll charge you 500 per one. So 500 is too small. And that is how I was awarded 1,500 per ID card. And I'm to produce 26,000 ID card. Now, when I got to the school with my team to produce the ID card, we faced a lot of obstacles as well. The first obstacle was that there was no update phase for us to be able to. The VC then say, you will stay in the VC's lodge. They gave us rooms there. Come with your team, photographer, take picture of all the students, and go produce. You expect me to take passports of 26,000 students? When will we finish? And you're giving me 3 months to deliver. I said, no. Now, every time obstacles, most of the time is an opportunity for greater heights. And what did we do? We decided to build a portal. Okay, can you give us your student data? They gave us the student data. What is unique about the student data? What is unique about them is that everybody has matric number and everybody has a surname. Okay. So with that, we created a database, upload all the student information inside. So you log in with your matric number and your surname, then you go there and upload your passport by yourself, instead of telling me to come and snap 26,000 students. And that was how we were able to collect student data. And the next obstacle was, how do we, the graphics team, how many graphics people do we need to employ to be able to design the ID card before I even talk about printing? Then we thought about, okay, we are programmers. Let's build the system in a way that immediately the ID card, the student upload their information, the system automatically fits in together the ID card since the design template is already there. And that was how we started producing the ID card. Now, while we were there, other opportunities came. First, I was in the VC's office, and I heard him complaining of staffs that don't come to work, but they still get paid. So that we suggested to him that let's build a biometric system for timing in and timing out. And that was what. And for 1,500 project, the next project for staff was now 2,500 per ID card. But later on, the VC still increased it to 5,000 per ID card because it was biometric ID card and system. Then, while we were there again, as a business person, always have your ears open. When people are discussing, don't just hear what they are saying. See opportunity in what they are saying. Now, the then former deputy governor's daughter was used for money ritual by her boyfriend. In Ondo State. Though the guy was caught in Abuja here. Now, while we were there, the story had it that the girl was missing for 2 weeks. But autopsy showed that she died 3 days ago before she was found. And we thought about it. All this while police was busy moving around looking for her. And the things that were found on her was a student ID card. Then I thought to myself, if that student ID card had the tracking chips on it, she would have been found before she died. Then we thought about how can we create ID card that has the tracking chips on it. So no matter where you are, provided there is network in that place, that ID card can be tracked. Every ID card can have a unique chips on it, and when you track it will tell you the location to where that ID card is located. And provided that person is carrying the ID card, automatically you can locate the person. Then we also came up with that project. That project gave me access to the government house. Late Akeredolu, I was visiting him like almost every day. The young boy from the streets who was hungry, now sitting with the governor. Because he loved the idea. He thought about make the ID card for even his and his family and made it open. I had the opportunity of addressing his cabinet member the importance of the ID card for everybody. The boy from the streets. So, what am I saying? There are all the things you complain about in Nigeria, most of them are opportunities in disguise. Most of the things you are complaining about. They shouldn't be something you should complain about. There are opportunities you should take up. From there, one of the days, where that was the same period this man was in power, the Ekiti State neighbor, Fayemi, is it Fayoshe, was in power then. He came to visit his colleague, Akeredolu, and we were having a conversation. He walked in, and there I was asked to come do the same presentation in Ekiti State. From there, I was drafted to be part of the campaign team of it. Was to hand over to Professor Kolakbo, who was his. I was a member of his campaign team. Opportunity of ID card is what took me up to that extent. I had opportunity of speaking in NCA and all of that. The card of 1.5. And the same person who refused to pay me 80,000 naira balance of website I built is the person that gave me those connections. Hungry in your head, not in your stomach. Because truly that period I was actually hungry in my stomach. When I kept calling the guy before that time, Oga, pay me my money now. That time, being someone who grew up in the street, I had different idea. Let me go and block him in his bus stop and beat the hell out of him. Break his windscreen. Different ideas came to my head. But I choose not to execute anyone. If I had broken his windscreen, would he give me that contract? Because you don't know who is who. Because that guy, I never knew the connection he had. His father, as popular as, what's his name? Fast father in Lagos. That is how popular his father is in those states. I didn't know. We are all doing business in Lagos. I felt he was also a son of nobody, like myself. I don't know his father has asked the government. So the point I am making is, be hungry. It is your hunger that will drive you. At the point of trying to give up, it is the hunger that will keep you going. So be hungry. Everything you have learned here for the past 2 days and today the final day, your ability to execute them and get the desired result is going to be dependent on how hungry are you. Ask your neighbor, how hungry are you? How hungry are you? Be hungry. How hungry are you? You need to be hungry.
Not for food. Not for food.
Be hungry in your head. Yeah, be hungry in your head. I always say, I've seen the good, the bad, the ugly. This person you see standing before you today, I've done that. That's why I always play. Everywhere I go and I see security people, I always play with them a lot. Because I've done that job before. I did that job while I was in. I did that job to see myself in school. I work out and go to classes in the morning. So the point I am making is, you can achieve anything. My former boss was also one of my biggest clients. When I left and set up my own business, after a year or two, he became one of my biggest clients. If I was not dedicated, as at the time I was working there, if I was a nuisance when I was working there, I don't think he would want to associate with me. And truth be told, he gave me the opportunity in the real estate space. Because having one of the biggest real estate brands in the country, anybody that consults for his other brand will want that person. Because this is the guy that consults for social company. Let's also work with him. So that is how I got my breakthrough in the real estate industry, 2014. And since then, everything you learn, always think of how can I use this knowledge to help people. You can only get what you want in life when you help people to get what they want. That is how you can do it. Don't exist in the trinity of man. I, me, myself. That's the trinity of man. Everything you think of is about yourself. What you will get. You have to be selfless sometimes. But at the same time, you have to be ruthless. I tell my friends, never intentionally hurt people. But if the need arises, don't also feel reluctant to deal with them. Be helpful, but be ruthless. Else people take you for granted. Thank you very much. Let's proceed. You have a campaign. In that campaign, you would have ad sets, and in every ad set, you could have ads, 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 ads. If I'm going this order, it means it's 6 different ads, right? Okay. But I just want to clarify one thing. Now, this is for you who is just beginning to do this one, right? Maybe this is your first time of running ad. The platform, every platform, work according to how often you have been running.